Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here this morning with Fred and Motley, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on DVD is Motley's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands, the corrections and the motivations that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. The first thing that we're going to introduce is Motley's very own training collar, which is a prong collar, and this is a collar that's used when we feel an owner is going to need additional control. You'll be instructed on how to use that during your follow-up training session. The next thing that we're using is a regular 6-foot web training leash, and Fred keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving the left hand free to give the correction. And the correction that we give is a tug and let go on the training collar. Now, the first exercise that we're going to be demonstrating for you is heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash, and incorporated into our heel exercise is an automatic sit. So you will see that when Fred stops his feet, Motley's been taught to sit automatically to wait for his next command. Heeling is where the dog's shoulder should not pass your left leg. If he starts to veer off or not pay attention, Fred gives him a little tug and let go, as we demonstrated for you, and gets him back focused, keeping him right with him. And each time that Fred stops his feet, without being told, Motley sits. So when you're walking him and you stop to cross traffic or talk to a neighbor, your dog should be sitting quietly at your left and waiting for his next command. The next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command. Fred's going to use the open flat of his palm about an inch or so from the dog's muzzle and the one-word firm command to stay. You do not use his name on stationary exercises. When Fred returns back to his dog, he will walk all the way around him, returning all the way back to heel position for additional distraction. And he returns all the way back to heel, right where you started, and they're going to run through the heel and the sit and the stay again for us. Motley's doing a great job of staying focused on Fred. And Fred keeps him focused and paying attention by using his training equipment only.
Stay.
Fred leaves him in a stay, walks out to the end of his leash, and the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the recall, or the come on command. Fred uses his name and a happy voice, talks him right in, and has him come right in front and sit facing his knees. And then Motley returns back to heel position, which is called our finish exercise. Fred leaves him again in a sit-stay. Calls him in, uses his name, calls him in with a happy voice, has him sit, and then return back to heel position. Now, the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is your down on commands. There are two of them, a down from a heel position and a down from a distance. The first exercise will be your down from a heel. I think he heard me. Fred's going to use the open flat of his palm straight down toward the ground and the one-word firm command to down.
Stay.
Your stationary exercises are great exercises for developing self-control and maturity in and outside of your home. The long down stay is for 3 minutes, working up to 5 minutes. When Fred returns back to his dog, he'll return back to him exactly as he did on the sit stay, all the way back around to heel position. He gives him the heel command to get him up out of this exercise. He did that very, very well. And again, you can practice your down stay right in your house. While you're eating dinner, watching a movie, all of these exercises need to be incorporated into your everyday living situations. They're not just for drill work, they're for every day. You can also call your dog out of the down stay.
Good boy.
Remembering, Motley's a giant breed. I mean, he borders on being giant. So you definitely, he's not as military or as quick in his commands as he would be if he were a German Shepherd or one of the dogs that were specifically bred for doing obedience. And because he's so large, it takes him a little bit longer to get into his sits, kind of eases into them. We see that a lot in Great Danes, but he's doing a beautiful job. Now Fred's going to leave him in a sit-stay and demonstrate for you the down from a distance. He walks out to the end of his training leash. Remember, always have your dog sitting before you give him a down command. Fred's going to use his right hand straight down toward the ground, the one-word command to down. That's your down from a distance exercise. And Motley says he's had enough for today. Now we've demonstrated for you all of the basic obedience commands with Motley, the star of the show. You're going to be able to view your video whenever you like to work along with Motley at home. We are going to demonstrate Motley's commands with another dog present. This will come up as another video on your computer, and we will be right back.